Hello everyone, welcome to another video of PLC simulation and factory I/O. In this video, we'll learn how we can use a PLC to control the tank filling and discharging operation. So for that, let's build the diagram first. We'll go to File, New and choose the ladder diagram. We'll save the file as tank filling.lld. Now save it. Now to control the filling operation and releasing or discharging operation, we will use timer. For that reason, first of all, we will take a make contact, that is the start button, and we'll choose I1 for that. Go to the simulation tab and choose as momentary push button. Using this I1, we want to control the filling operation based on a timer. So let's choose off delay timer. So connect these rails and connect these 2 points. Now to activate this timer, we will use the contact of this timer. Bring a make contact of this timer block, that is T001. Hit OK. Now to control the filling valve, we will choose the relay coil and connect it to timer make contact. We'll choose Q1 for filling valve. Now to discharge the tank, we will use a release button, that is a stop operation, and choose I2. From simulation, choose the momentary push button. We'll take another off delay and connect it to this I2. Choose the contact of timer, that is the off delay timer contact, and the relay coil. So we have two switch, I1 and I2. I1 is for filling and I2 is for discharging. Q1 and Q2 is our two output valve. Q1 is filling valve and Q2 is our releasing valve. So let's set the time. For example, for filling operation, we are choosing 7, let's choose 10 seconds. So it will fill the tank for 10 seconds. After the time is up, it will stop filling. When we press the discharge button, it will discharge for the same 10 seconds and then it will stop discharging. If you want to see the status of the valves in the display, let's choose the message text option for that. Connect it to the power rail. Bring in the make contact and a make contact. Choose the SF003 for text block and bring in a relay coil for memory flag. Choose the flag memories, any memory you can choose. I am choosing this. So to have a better understanding, let's rename the blocks. This is our start switch, or you can say filling switch. Filling valve. I2 is our discharge switch and Q2 is our discharge valve. We have set the time of 10 seconds for filling and 10 seconds for discharging. Before going into simulation, let's set the text messages. From here, choose the logo text display. Let's say we want to see the status of filling. Choose digital outputs and Q1. Discharge. Choose the digital output and Q2. This will show the status whether our filling or discharging operation is turned on. Also you can show the timing, filling time, current time, insert, choose the T2 and current time, insert. Well, before going to the final simulation, let's check it again. I1, this is I1, and make sure it is momentary push button. Discharge switch I2, make sure it is momentary push button. Also check if the display is okay. Now let's run the simulation. So when we press the start button or the filling button, it starts the motor, and you can see the timing here. After 10 seconds, the Q1 will turn off. So once the time has reached 10 seconds, it has automatically turned off. You can similarly turn on the discharging. Let's press I2. The discharging is assigned to Q2, and you can see the timing here. Once it reaches 10 seconds, it will turn off the discharging operation. So our timing and our operations are all okay, all set. Let's get into the hardware part. Before showing the hardware demonstration, we need to upload the program of ladder diagram into our PLC. So to do so, we'll go to Tools, Transfer, PC to Logo. From here, we'll get this window. We'll choose the right driver and press OK. It will upload our program. So now our program is uploaded into our hardware setup of PLC. Before going into the hardware demonstration, let's see the hardware diagram first. So here we'll first feed in the AC line, then we'll get 224 volt DC and ground from the power supply. We'll insert that power into the PLC to power up the PLC. Then we need to power up two switch. So we'll take 24 volt power and give it to a green or start switch. The output of the switch from NO contacts will feed into I1 input pin. We'll use another switch to use as discharge switch, and the output of the NO contact of the switch will be fed into the I2 pin of PLC. Then we'll bring in 24 volt and connect it to the two relays input port, and a green light that will show the filling operation here will be connected to another port of Q1 and back to the ground. Similarly, we will use another indicator light to indicate the discharging. It will be connected to the other port of Q2 and via the light to ground. So these two switch and these two indicator lamps are our inputs and outputs respectively, and they will demonstrate the whole operation of our discharging and filling the water tank. So let's see the hardware demonstration. To build the factory I/O setup for water tank filling, we'll go to File, Open, and we'll use a pre-built setup with the factory I/O software. Here a lot of factorical environment has been pre-built with this software. We'll choose this 3-number setup, that is filling and emptying a tank using timer. We'll choose this and it will bring a setup like this. Actually, for our program of this video, we have to start 2 input switch and 2 output. One is filling valve and another is discharging valve. So let's bring them onto the screen first. From here we will see that here is a green button, so press on the tag of green fill button, and this we have red button as discharge. These two are our input. We have two actuator. The first one is fill valve, click on this, and the second one is discharge valve. So these four elements are our programming content for this demonstration. Now connect these inputs and output to our PLC programming as we have programmed earlier. Let me bring them side by side. This is the PLC program we have used for our demonstration, and on the right hand side we have this setup. Now to connect them properly with the input and output as the program has been built, we will go to file, then driver. From here we need to configure our PLC first. We'll choose driver. From here we'll choose Siemens logo. Here you can see it has PLC's block for us. On the left hand side it has virtual inputs, and on the right hand side it has outputs. So let's clear them first. We have two input. One is I1 as start switch and I2 as release switch. So for starting the filling tank operation, we will choose this fill and bring it to V0.0 and discharge to V0.1. So these two will be our inputs, and output we have two. The first one is fill valve, it will be filling our tank, and the second one is discharging valve, it will be discharging our tank. So this is all we need for now. You can do the configuration from here. To connect your PLC, you have to put the right IP address here, choose the right driver here, Realtek Gaming. If you want to change the input and output for this setup, like we have two input, we can choose 2, and we have two output only, you can choose 2 here. So it will reduce the complexity of the setup. So this is how we can set our factory IO environment for simulation. Now let's see the hardware demonstration, where we will be showing how we can use the hardware inputs to control this virtual setup of tank filling. Welcome to the hardware demonstration. Here we have two input switches for filling and discharging operation, and two output devices for filling and discharging. So these two switches will be used for inputs, and these two indicator lamps will be used for outputs. So let's notice this display. Once I press this filling operation button, it will start a timer and the water tank will be filling with water. After 10 seconds, which we have set into the program, the filling operation will terminate. Again, to discharge, we will use this discharge operation button. It will discharge for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, it will turn the operation off. This is the hardware demonstration in the physical setup. Let's connect this setup with our factory IO environment of industry. Now we have connected our PLC with factory IO environment, and we have started the simulation in the software. Now the software will bring inputs command from this PLC hardware setup. Once I press this start button in the software simulation environment, so now we can see that water tank has started filling, and after 10 seconds of filling, the water has stopped its filling operation. In the similar manner, we can do the discharging operation also. Now if we press this discharge valve operation switch, it will evacuate the tank and discharge the water from the tank. So it's pretty simple, and you can see still there is water. We can once again trigger the discharge simulation button. It's because the flow rate of filling and discharging is not the same here. That's why we have to evacuate twice and filling once. So this is very cool. This is how we can use our PLC in real world setup for tank filling operation. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. If you like this video and want such videos to come in your news feed, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as well as you can also follow our Facebook page for more updates and educational videos like this. So thank you so much.